Hey guys, this is Locke. This video is going to be all about the class match today. I'm going to be showing you my class match matches, and these are the units that I'm using. I actually forgot to do a detailed description of Frederica, but basically she has the concentration passive and the ninja +1 move +1 jump passive. Now take a look at where I have my unit placement for the three units. They actually are all within three spaces of one another. They're not, within two spaces, they're not getting affinity bonuses. But the reason I did that was because with the placement that I have, if I face against what is called a cheese blade opponent, they can only attack one unit with that setup at the beginning. So cheese blade is basically when an opponent is able to use both the keen blade and Ildira's limit burst together to have everybody take a second turn right before I can do even a first turn. So if an enemy is using something like, for example, Black Rose Helena with Ketone's TMR to give her move 4, it is possible for her to get right to the front and use like her limit burst to attack my composition before I even have a turn to move. So with the placement that I've placed, I've looked at it, regardless of where my opponent is placing his units, he's only able to attack one of my units, unless he, hits himself with it when he's doing an attack as well. And most likely he will not do that because he still has to deal with whatever my third remaining unit is. So it's a pretty good starting position to deal with cheese plate compositions. Um, uh, the only thing that I have to be wary of is if somebody's using something like a arithmetician with 6 range movement, or Sakura with, sorry, not 6 range movement, but 6 range skills, because Sakura's limit burst has a range of 6. Same with arithmeticians, so I have to be a little bit more careful with that, but I don't think too many people are going to be using those. So I think it's a pretty safe composition. Anyway, these are my 5 matches. Of these matches, I think my third match is probably the most interesting one because I am facing a double gunner plus 9 as composition there. My last 2 matches are actually not interesting at all in my opinion because they were just against auto battle opponents, but I decided to show all 5 matches today anyway. Um, the reason I ended up choosing this composition is because I feel like if Quicken and Haste are banned, and I have Frederica's EX now, which gives her access to the barrier breaking skill and gives her defense penetration, I feel like I don't really need to have Nivlu, um, especially because Quicken and Haste are both banned. So I felt like I don't need to have a double Quicken composition, like I not double Quicken, a double Gunner composition with both Frederica and Nivlu. I feel like bringing another EX unit is better than bringing Nivlu in this case. So I really wanted to bring Frederica because I feel like she'll be very strong. She has her EX is out, so she's able to do at least 40% penetration of missile resistances. Um, so I knew I really wanted to bring Frederica, and so a natural pair for Frederica I thought was King Mont, because if I have Frederica, my opponent is most likely going to want to rush me, and if they're rushing me, well, now they have to pause a little bit because I have King Mont, and if they rush too fast and don't finish off my King Mont has a chance to berserk them. So they have to take that into account. So it's not as easy to rush me as some other comp. So I figured out, okay, so I want to use Frederica and King Mont, and if I'm using those two, who's a third I can use? I've tried some matches with Nevlu, but I find Ninus to just be a lot better overall. He is able to use Assault Field for if I'm fighting a evade comp. He has the Alex ring +5. You can go back to the first few seconds of this video if you want to see the exact composition I'm using and the equipment and everything, because I've showed you my formation there. So you can pause there and take a look. But he has a pretty good accuracy stat because of Assault Field and the +5 Alex ring and Odin with accuracy nodes. And because of Assault Field, he can also increase Frederica's damage even more with that. Um, and because I have King Mont and he's able to equip Keenblade as well, I can use Keenblade both offensively and defensively. Like if I'm fighting somebody who is trying to rush me, I can use Keenblade to take a second round quickly and try to eliminate threats before they reach me. Or if an opponent is deciding to camp, I can also use Keenblade to try to get a surprise move in there and try to take him out while he's trying to set up his camping. So I feel like Keenblade is very important to approach, and again, playing defensively. So I feel like this is one of the best teams that I could come up with based on the units and equipments and everything I have. So this is the one that I thought was most interesting because again he is playing a similar comp, except he is using Nivlu instead of my King Mont. So the advantage that I have with using King Mont is that I have access to Keenblade. I know that he doesn't have access to that. He doesn't have access to Quicken or Haste. So whatever he's doing, I can kind of plan out exactly, what he'll be able to hit. And he also didn't have a chance to use the double resist skill. So because of that, I knew that he wouldn't really be able to one-shot anybody. And if I take care of Nivlu, if I kill off Nivlu early, I figured out that he wouldn't have a chance to dispel my double resist buff. So he won't be doing too much damage to me. So with that in mind, I wanted to figure out how to kill Nivlu. That was basically what I was aiming for. And basically, I was just buffing and taking my time until I'm in position to let King Mont Keenblade my Frederica and my 9S, and basically, I would win the game there if I'm able to take off his Nivlu because his Frederica is not going to be able to one-shot anybody. So I already had in mind to Keenblade the next turn because I know Frederica can go first anyway, but I wanted her to take like a double turn basically. I didn't want any surprises. So if I was able to, I would like to Keenblade take her natural turn and then hopefully take a second turn and do some damage. But my second turn would still have gone after my opponent's Frederica. But that's okay. I mean, if I kill off his Nivlu, I most likely won the game. That was what I was thinking. So I was okay with that trade. And at that point, in my opinion, I pretty much won the game. I'm going to stop talking now so you guys can take a look and see the rest of my matches and see how it went. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. I will stop talking now and I'll probably put some light music for you guys to listen to if you want to watch the rest of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you on the next one. Take care now.